Clemson lands yet another 4-star. Yeah. I mean, the fire is still burning in Clemson, South Carolina. And I'm excited. I'm excited. You know me. If you hear me start going, and it sounds really weird, it's because I'm so excited, have so many things to say at one time, but only one mouth to say them. Here it is. Clemson is really showing out right now, and us Clemson fans should have a lot of high hopes for the coming future, especially even after the 2025 season. I'll talk about the safety who just committed to Clemson here just a few minutes ago. Hey, I'm glad you're hanging out with me. If you like talking college football, even when college football is actually months out, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. It is free, and I do appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up and let me know you're in here. So Clemson lands another big commitment, this time from 4-star safety Kaden Gebhardt out of Ohio. Now, this guy chose Clemson over a lot of schools: Louisville, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Southern Cal, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Penn State, as well as many more schools. He's 6'2", about 195 pounds. This guy ranks number 17 nationally as a safety and the 8th best prospect in the state of Ohio for the 2026 class. He said that when he was asked about him committing to Clemson, he said, "I already had a great relationship with Coach Allen at Penn State. He's actually the one that offered me at Penn State, so I had a great relationship with him. Coach Kahn." Coach Kahn's the one that reached out to me. Then we set up the visit to come down. I made sure to get down there as quickly as possible, and that's for sure. And then Coach Sweeney, he's a great dude and a great coach. You can't get much better than that. So Clemson lands yet another commitment from a 4-star. And if you want to talk about the momentum that Clemson is carrying right now, look no farther. I always get that mixed up. Some of you English teachers out there can correct that for me. Look no farther than just the past 3 days at Clemson. Yesterday, Clemson picked up a commitment from a defensive back out of Texas. I believe his name, Marcel Gibson. I know it's Gibson, but I can't remember if it's Marcel. Anyway, y'all forgive me, Marcel, Mr. Gibson, forgive me. But, hey, he's committed to Clemson. Of course, Naeem Burrows, Connor Salmon. This is just some big stuff that's happening in Clemson right now. And let me tell you what this means for the Tigers. Okay, let me tell you what it doesn't mean. Does it mean that Clemson is going to retain every commitment? No, it doesn't. People can decommit, and I'm already seeing people in other comment sections of other videos that I've been part of or on my videos talk about, oh, they haven't signed yet. They haven't signed yet. Sure, but Clemson is really good at retaining the vast majority of their commitments. Decommitments happen. They happen all the time. And Clemson knows that. Every college football coach who's worth their weight in salt knows that. But folks, if you can't get a commitment, you darn well are not getting a signing. So what we've seen over Clemson over the past few days with Clemson, does that mean that these guys are as good as at Clemson? No. But the vast majority of them will be at Clemson, if not all of them. There's that. What does this not mean for Clemson as well? And I'm talking about the negative side. This does not guarantee that Clemson is back. But it sure is looking like it. Between the hires of the coaching staff, you heard, who did he mention? Tom Allen. Tom Allen. Does Clemson get this guy if Tom Allen's not involved? I don't know. What I do know is that Tom Allen is at Clemson and that he has a great reputation, and he's built that reputation over the years of being really good at what he does. And guess what? that guy mentioned that right off the bat, and Kaden Gebhardt, he chose Clemson. He chose Clemson over Ohio State, Ole Miss, Penn State, Southern Cal, West Virginia, Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, Iowa, Iowa State. I could keep going. What does this mean for Clemson? Overall, the future is looking pretty doggone bright for the Tigers. And again, I was on College Football Addiction with my buddy TJ. Go check out the video. He dropped it this morning. We recorded it last night, but he dropped it this morning. Go over there, show him some love, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to him if you haven't already. But he hit me up yesterday and he was like, man, I would love for you to come on the show and talk about what's happening in recruiting right now because you guys are on fire. And he asked me last night, what do you think is really driving this? And I'm not going to carry you through the whole thing. Other than Dabo making the proper moves across the board. Dabo, I don't even want to say realizing, but owning that if Dabo Swinney wants to have an elite football team that can go anywhere at any time and beat whoever, all he has to do is make a few adjustments and he's there. He doesn't have to tear down what's remaining of Clemson and then rebuild from that point, basically starting from the ground up. No, he just needs to make some tweaks. I've been saying that, folks, for a long time. I'm telling you, that is the reason why you're seeing this. That's the reason that you're seeing, I mean, good grief, the guy said, Tom Allen, do we have a commitment from Kaden Gebhardt if Wes Goodwin is still running things? Do we have a commitment? And I'm going to go into Clemson's commitments right now. Do we have a commitment from Chancellor Barclay, who's the 6'3.5", 285-pound inside offensive lineman out of Orlando, Florida, who's number 9 overall at that position and the number 15 player in the state of flippin' Florida, according to 24/7 Sports? Do we have him if we don't have Matt Luke, a guru at the position? I don't know. But we can be cautiously optimistic, to quote Nathan Rice. We can be cautiously optimistic that Clemson is going back up. Clemson is starting to climb that mountain. Does this mean that everything is fixed in Clemson, South Carolina? No. Does it mean that a lot of things are being addressed that should have been addressed a while ago? Yes. And let me tell you this, our critics, Clemson critics, I'm talking about the people who, when Clemson was incredible and they had Deshaun Watson and they had Trevor Lawrence, they had T. Higgins, they had Mike Williams, they had Wayne Gallman, they had Travis Etienne, Travis Etienne. They had the Power Rangers along the defensive line for Clemson. These were the people who still couldn't stand Clemson. I'm talking about them. I'm not talking about the people who pointed out that Clemson was not elite anymore. Those people were right. I'm part of those people, by the way. But I'm talking about the people who just can't stand Clemson for some reason. Those people are going to have to deal with Clemson if things are really turning around. Again, we have to be cautiously optimistic. There's still things that needs to be done. We still need to figure out the quarterback situation that some of you are, for some reason, are overlooking. You're putting a lot of your eggs in the basket of Tate Reynolds. No offense, Mr. Reynolds. I'm just saying, I remember when Watson and Trevor Lawrence and even Kelly Bryant was coming to Clemson. I can remember when Taj Boyd was coming to Clemson. The weight and the depth of those commitments, we're not feeling that right now with the quarterback position. People are trying to manifest it, try to dream it up in their head, but we're not. We're not there. We still have to address that. But let's celebrate what we do have, and we have a lot. And I think that sets up fixing the quarterback situation. That's another video, another time. But Clemson, rejoice. Cautiously, optimistically, rejoice. We have a lot of good players that are coming in. Kaden Gebhardt is one of them. This guy's very talented. He's a hard hitter. And he said, Tom Allen. Coaching matters, folks. Whether it's on the sidelines, whether it's in the development, or whether it's bringing in a player out of the state of Ohio. Yes, the backyard of the defending national champions. I'm excited. Folks, tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the Tigers right now. And it's good to see everybody in the comment section. Intelligent Savage, Still Gamble, Michael Forster, David Pettin. David, I hope I said that correctly. Pass this along to your friends and neighbors. It's an exciting time to be a Clemson Tiger right now. Folks, we could be seeing. What did I just say? We could be seeing the return of Clemson. The return. I'm cautiously leaning towards we are. You got to play the game on the field. But there's a lot of good pieces that are landing in place. Y'all take care of yourself. Hope you will subscribe. It is free. As always, go Tigers.